What's going on, guys? Dare here with Fantasy Football Advice, coming at you with another player breakdown. In today's player breakdown, we are going to be discussing DeVante Parker of the Miami Dolphins. Before I do get into the video though, just quickly have to shout out the fact that we have a website. It's thefantasyfootballadvice.com. Information is in the description box below for that. If you guys have not drafted yet and you have our rankings, or if you don't have our rankings, they're probably updated right now. You should go update them yourself as well. They're available to view in the website, and you can also download them and save them to your phone to have them for your draft day. While you're there, consider becoming a premium member. We have benefits that last far through draft day and all the way into the season. We also do have a special promotion from Pro Football Focus, the leader in statistics in the NFL, which is 12.5% off of their Edge packages and 10% off of their Elite packages. Set yourself ahead of your league mates and pick up a copy today. Promo code and link is in the description box below. So back to the player breakdown, we have DeVante Parker. Right now he is currently coming off the board 75th overall, wide receiver 33. One thing I can tell you is that there could probably not be a safer pick to return value than grabbing DeVante Parker at wide receiver 33. The unfortunate truth though, there is no way that you will actually be able to get him at the 33 spot. Parker's a guy that's been hyped every season since being drafted 14th overall in the 2015 draft. We've mentioned him before in previous videos as a breakout candidate, but all those videos we made were before the news of Tannehill being out for the season. Historically, Parker critics have questioned his commitment to the team, which is a fair assessment. He has been known to do things like practice at half speed, not give it his all in games, to basically give up on plays, and to have an overall distracted attitude towards football. His raw talent though was always there, but we still know that sometimes that's just not enough. How much raw ability does DeVante Parker have? Well, Jay Cutler, in one of the first practices he had as a Dolphin, came out and said that he is a faster version of Alshon with great hands. So I think it's fair if we compare him physically to some top players like AJ Green and Alshon Jeffrey. Both players have similar physical abilities, and they've also been very successful as a fantasy receiver in the past. So DeVante Parker runs a 4.45 40 compared to Green's 4.5 and Jeffrey's 4.53. Parker is also 89th percentile in weight adjusted speed score compared to Green's 86th and Jeffrey's 84th. And Parker is also the 70th percentile in burst compared to Green's 53rd and Jeffrey's 60th. Everywhere you look at it, Parker beats out these guys physically. And I know hearing those numbers may surprise you because the physical talents Parker hasn't really translated to production on the field, at least not as of yet. In his first 2 seasons as a Dolphin, he hasn't even played a full 16-game season. He also has yet to reach 800 receiving yards and surpass 4 touchdowns on the season. On the plus side though, he has increased in all categories since entering the league, having career highs in receptions, yardage, and touchdowns. And criticism aside, the remark that Jay Cutler made about his hands is actually true. He did have consistent hands during the 2016 season, only dropping 1 catchable target. I don't need to sit here and list off all the other players who had a better drop rate than him because he was in the top 5 in the league in that category. Name a player that you think has great hands and the odds are Parker had a better drop rate than them in 2016. Another factor which you guys can't forget is that he's coming into his 3rd season as a receiver, where we all know they have a significant jump in the percentage chance they have to have a breakout season. We have taken a deep dive look into the numbers, and the data shows that wide receivers have a higher percentage chance of breaking out in their 3rd year. The stats are the stats. It's not a coincidence at this point. And if you ask me what the percentage chance Parker has to have a breakout season this year, I would tell you it's 100%. The biggest factor which is allowing me to make such a bold statement is just Jay Cutler. Without Cutler, Parker would only be a sleeper breakout candidate with a strong opportunity to see increases in both yardage, receptions, and touchdowns. With Cutler though, Parker could potentially hit 1,100 receiving yards and somewhere in the area of 5 to 8 touchdowns. At a wide receiver 33 price tag, this could be one of the better picks you could make in your draft. And while Cutler was known to talk Parker up throughout training camp, talk is cheap, and until we saw a connection on the field, we wouldn't know what to expect. At this point in time, Cutler has started in 2 preseason games, and as soon as he took the field, we saw that connection instantly. Cutler connected with Parker on 4 different occasions for gains of 6 yards, 16 yards, 31 yards, and a big 72-yard reception. The 72-yard gain was also nearly good for a touchdown, and the 31-yard gain was called back by penalty, but the fact that the touchdown wasn't converted and the 31-yard gain was reversed, that should be seen as a positive thing for you and other fantasy players. A 3 reception for 94-yard stat line may keep his ADP in check in time for drafts, compared to a 4 receptions for 125 yards and a touchdown type of stat line. Either way, bottom line, you need to be targeting this player. Parker has already hauled in 3 of Cutler's 8 completions this preseason, and the fantasy community won't be sleeping on this player. His ADP has already risen by 22 spots, so don't be afraid to take him earlier than his current draft price. We have him ranked right now as wide receiver 21 ahead of Keenan Allen, Sammy Watkins, and even Stephon Diggs, who you guys all know we are big fans of. Our wide receiver 21 ranking is clearly higher than what he's being placed at wide receiver 33. 33 is an overall ADP of 75th, while 21 is an overall ADP of 46th. Now, we definitely don't want to recommend that you guys start reaching for him in the 40s or anywhere in the 4th round for that matter, but you should definitely be trying to target him at the back of the 5th round. There's definitely value to be had there, and if he falls even further and you have a chance to take him in the 6th round, pull the trigger on that one and don't look back. You're going to get yourself a player with great upside and at a serious discount. And for those of you who I know who have already done your drafts, and if you have Parker on your team, you should feel comfortable knowing that you have an exciting player to look forward to for the 2017 season. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for today's player breakdown. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post videos 7 days a week now. We thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.